Hello everybody, welcome back to another video for the day. Now we're going to be going into something new, and I'd like to do this just because it's my 100th video on the channel. Yeah! And I want to say thank you so much for those who have submitted. We're doing subscriber stories. So before we go into the video, be sure to like the video if you haven't already, comment down below during the video if you see something you want to talk about, and afterwards consider subscribing to the channel and turning on those notifications if you have not. Thank you so much, and let's get right into the content. Let's go! So it was during the Nintendo Day of Play event that happened the summer the Switch came out. It was the second day of the event, and I met up with one of my friends from school. She then asked me for help because some dude she thought was nice the day before would not stop texting her all night. I said we would say we were meeting up and my group of friends from high school, which wasn't a lie, and hoped that he would get the hint. Unfortunately, he asked for a photo of us and we complied because at the time we both had no backbone. I was in the middle of the photo, and during the photo he grabbed the back of my bra through my shirt and pulled it away. Since we had a photo, we reported him to the employees, and we were told that he was banned from any Nintendo events from the shopping center the event was held in. Sorry it's short. It's hard to talk about, and my mind blocks a lot of it out of my memory. Look, Spoopy, I know that it probably is something hard to bring up in the back of your mind, so I feel like it's better just to say what you can remember or what you're okay with remembering. So that's really just it. Like, I'm glad that you reported that guy. A lot of people don't act up on this kind of stuff because they fear the repercussions, but fortunately you did. The next story is from Pastel in the Discord. I do cosplay and was going to a local con called GeekCon. I was wearing a short dress which was a little bit past my butt. Due to it being so short, I couldn't really wear shorts underneath, like I'd usually do with a dress in case it was windy. So the story begins with me talking to the vendors and buying plushies. A guy in a furry costume was sitting against the wall with his furry head thing off. A few minutes later, as I was walking away from the vendor, he follows after me and asks for a picture. He said he liked my costume and wanted my friend to take a picture of us standing together. I agreed because honestly I love taking pictures with people and it makes me feel confident and happy. I could say I've been in the same thing, like if I'm at a convention and I'm in costume and I just suddenly get a group of people all wanting to take photos, that is a big confidence booster. So I'm taking a pic with this guy. My friend is handing the phone back when she notices a guy crouching behind me taking a picture up my dress. I hadn't even noticed. They quickly walked away before I could even process what had happened. I wanted to say that I told the security guards and the guys were rightfully punished, but I was 15 years old and didn't even get what happened until 5 minutes later when my friend was explaining it to me. I was scared, partially because my mom had told me something bad would happen if I wore a short dress. I didn't want to tell anyone because I thought I would get in trouble. To this day, I'm scared to wear short cosplay out in public because of that incident. It makes me ill thinking of what they did with that photo. Like, once I realized that happened, I was shaking in anger and shame. It's kind of hard to talk about this story because I guess I felt like it was my fault for a while for wearing such a short dress in public, but it's not. I should have been shown respect no matter what I was wearing. So in long story short, that's one of those, oh, she wouldn't want that attention if she was dressed like that, you know, that lovely story. It really is sad that that happened to you. I'm sorry that that did happen, but I really hope that doesn't deter you from going back to conventions, because don't let the bad apples ruin the bunch for you. Which actually does remind me of a story of my own, because at my very first Otakon, I went to the one in 2010, the one where the fire alarm was pulled. Everybody was out there for 2 hours, and then I just wanted to record because I had my camera, I had just gotten it, and just out of nowhere, this guy comes up, just starts saying things like demeaning me as if your normal bully would, and because this was almost 10 years ago, I didn't really know how to handle myself. Like, I was probably about her age, and I honestly just felt bad about myself the first day, but I didn't let that ruin the convention for me. I enjoyed those 3 days, but I then was more careful about people who were there, because I know that there were still some people that just go there to get a laugh for themselves and at the expense of others. But yeah, I'm also thinking about going to Otakon this year just because it's been a very long time, they've changed locations, and I'm hoping that I get a very good experience out of it. Our next story comes from Kentucky Fried Master, and so far that's the best name I've seen on the Discord. A story I have is, there's a boy at my school with high-functioning autism. He has a history of sexually assaulting students. There has been an event with him at least every homecoming. He knows right from wrong, it's just his parents get in a big hissy fit about the school doing anything because they'll cry about that he's being discriminated against because of autism. Okay, just stop right there. That's horrible parenting, okay? My freshman year, I had a lot of run-ins with him. My first big one was when I stayed late about 3:30 to work on an art project. I was walking down a hall when I see him sitting at the benches in this lobby-like area where we all have gyms and stuff. He sits up and says, "Oh hey, master." Using my online name cause secrets, you know, "Can I have a hug?" He hugged me and he said that my hair smelled like peppermints. I use peppermint scented hair products. Well, that's not that bad of a smell. That freaked me out, so I said, "Oh, my grandpa's here and he needs me ASAP." My second is when I got back from Christmas break and he found me during my big ass assembly thing. It went like this.
Oh hey, wow, this is really good. He noticed the portrait of my boyfriend at the time. He's my ex now, but we were good friends. I can't remember what led to this, but he ended up saying, I really like you. Oh, I have a boyfriend. But I really, really like you. But I have a boyfriend I really, really love. I was lucky that some of my friends saw me and sat me down and started talking. More events with him include him intruding on my lunch and being really, really close to me, to the point where we shared music with me, and he wanted me to draw something for him. I declined the request. Luckily enough, I have saints for friends, and they sat on either side of me at lunch so he couldn't sit next to me. Skipped sophomore year where this guy's still around. I was talking with my friend about Doctor Who, and he sees a picture of David Tennant, 10th Doctor, on my phone and jumps in and says, "Whoa, I love Doctor Who." Right. Well, I was talking with my friend. He had to get to class, so I avoided talking to him more. A few weeks later, I was talking about Doctor Who again, about the original show and stuff. He overhears and loudly starts singing the opening tune. I got him to stop when I laughed nervously and said, haha, nice. My most recent was on Halloween. My school lets us dress up. I was the character known as Crowley from the show or book Good Omens. I was sitting outside my orchestra class before school when he came over. He thought I was an anime character and suddenly started talking about the anime with me when I piped up, I don't watch anime, I'm Crowley from Demons and Good Omens. I only shook him off when my friend walked me to class. The last few may be innocent, but he has a history of assaulting girls and not getting in trouble for it. He knows what's right and what's wrong. The school just doesn't want to get in trouble. I'll have to say, I'm legitimately weirded out by whatever this character is, but I'm also kind of pissed off that the school's policy. Like, seriously, it truly does suck when schools say, hey, we're gonna tolerate none of this bullying, but at the same time, but that also basically translates to, hey, we're gonna not tolerate any type of retaliation against bullying. And, you know, that doesn't really work out on that case, so that's kind of what happens when we get these stories in the news, like, oh, this person brought a weapon to school. Well, guess what? Maybe it's because the school doesn't do anything to help make that kid's life any better. Like, I'm not even joking. Imagine if they sat the kid down and asked, why'd you do that? Oh, well, these kids were picking on me. There's literally a Static Shock episode about this called Richie. Look it up. Seriously, if I was the parent of Kentucky Fried Master, I would be going up to that school, like, pissed off. I would not come out there without, unless things went my way, because that is just absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? If the school still doesn't want to do anything about it, get the news involved. I'm pretty sure that the school would love to have this little case go public, like very, very public. You know, with all these creepy things, I think there's a good old palate cleanser we all need. Okay, so you know the reason that I've put in these Corgi photos? It's actually because sometime in the spring, because I've been finally monetized on YouTube, I'm actually looking into getting a little Corgi myself, and I'm planning on doing some kind of vlog to it, and I am kind of stuck on what name to go with. I'm not sure, it might do Ben, Jack, something, I don't know, but leave a comment down below for the little guy's name. I'm always taking suggestions, and I'm more than happy to hear what you guys come up with. And aside from the actual typed out stories, there are a couple of ones that were screenshotted, so yeah, you know, let's get right into those. You know, a good old return to basic form. Dude, you leave my daughter alone. What? Why you make my daughter mad? I have no idea what you're talking about. Growls. I know you're the same person. What? One, I don't know who you are talking about, and two, thanks for my next post. My dude, I think you mean my next post. Thank you. This is my daughter. You leave her alone. For those who can't make out the photo, it's Sakura from Naruto, or at least cosplay Sakura a lot. She blocked me over something stupid. I moved on. What the frick? So should she. Okay, I think I get the context for this now. Is some kind of a cosplayer with a Patreon. I'm assuming she has a Patreon. Don't call me on it. But yeah, let me see. He said something about that was his own opinion. The guy that mentioned the message him did not like it, and thus we have this beautiful conversation right here. This honestly kind of feels like a white knighting kind of thing. It's an MLM. Run! I just figured out that it's a scam after joining. I'ma quit after a month. OMG, may I screenshot and post this to r/MLM? Sure. I'm stupid, I know. Okay, so for those of you who have not been under the rock, MLMs are basically pyramid schemes. Like if you ever seen Karen and her essential oils and all the stuff she needs to have her kids, or their Mary Sue. I have no idea what the actual names are. It's a bunch of stuff. Like if somebody walks up to you and say, "Hey, I have this product I think you might like." Yeah, guess what? There are a couple of people that he's working under, or he or she. Let's be equal here. That, they're trying to peddle something. Alrighty, that's gonna have to be it for the video. If you would like what you had seen, be sure to like the video, saw something you want to talk about during the video, leave a comment down below about it and start up a good old discussion. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications for future content. The link to the Discord is down below, so in case you want to submit your own subscriber story, be sure to go there. I have a channel devoted to it solely for that, and I think you'll like the people that are already there. I think there's like 20 or 25 people that are already there, and everybody's having a good time. So I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.